Sunday. Welcome to the studio. It's Froyle here and I can't wait to show you what we're working on today. Now make sure you hang around to the end of the video because I have a special Happy New Year message and I'd love for you to hear it. Okay, so this is my inspiration. These fabulous, beautiful colors of Venice. Oh, take me back. I had such a good time. Look at these glorious colors and textures, the beautiful doors. Yes, there is so much to be inspired by, and I know we're going to have a fabulous time creating jelly prints that are going to be beautiful and inspiring, and who knows how they might turn out. So I think I need to start by creating some of these colors. How about we create that color or that color or some of those colors? Yes, let's start by mixing some colors. Let's start with magenta because these two colors here are very similar, and I'm thinking they're more on the pinky side of the red spectrum. So we're starting with magenta. Let's add some, yes, bronze to that magenta. And then we'll probably have to just add some white. I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit and see how the color comes. You know, that's not too bad. I'm liking that already. I might get into a bit of a frenzy here, so you know, bear with me, not like it doesn't always happen. I'm going to put a bit of the darker color over there because I'm going to want to keep some of that, and then I'm going to add some white to this beautiful color that we just mixed. That's pretty nice. That's kind of a different lighter shade. It could do with perhaps a little warming up. Let's add some red gold. Now this will be the same color as the quinacridone nickel ozo gold. So, you know, different brands of paints have different color names, but basically, yeah, those two colors will be very, very similar. So just use what you have. Don't rush out and go crazy and buy a heap more colors. Mix up what you have, because I just dug a heap out of my drawers. Not saying that I got a lot, but oh man, I'm definitely not lacking for paint colors. That's pretty nice. What do you think? I'm thinking that's pretty good. That's pretty, come on, that's working. So that was magenta, bronze, and a little red gold, and we're already there in those colorings. This one just requires a bit more red gold, so let's put some of that aside over here. Then we have another shade of it, and let's add a little bit more of the red gold. Oh, we could add a tiny bit of copper. I love adding the metallics in with my mixing paint because it just makes that beautiful shiny metallic-y look. Yeah, that was probably a bit too much. That's okay. We'll add a bit more magenta into that. Oh, now that color's pretty nice. Look at that color. I really like that one. That's actually far darker than where I was shooting for, but it's a really nice color. All right, I know. I'm going to put some of that aside over there, and then I might add some copper into it, and let's get a bit of a shine on that because that's a really nice color. Now, of course, if you wanted a bit lighter, you would just add some white, but I'm not going to make it lighter because we're going to make some multiple layered jelly prints anyway, and it'll probably get lighter in the mix. Righto, let's start with that. So I'm going to put some of this on the plate, and then maybe some of the unbleached titanium up here, and we're just going to make some solid background papers first, and then we're going to add another layer over the top with some textures to create our fabulous textured, glorious Venetian looking prints. Look at that. Oh, that's just beautiful. That is just beautiful. Now, what I love about these photos here that I took of all of these doors is that look at the variety of the shades and the colors. And they're all like in different kind of colors on the same wall. I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. So we're going to make some of these beautiful solid colored backgrounds, and then we'll add some other layers of textures over the top. But look at all these. There's some lemon, there's some deep ochre, there's hello red, that's got to be Burano, and there's the pumpkin color. There's so many varieties and shades of these beautiful colors. I love it. Now I'm not going to worry about cleaning my plate. I'm just going to put some more of that beautiful paint right on the gel plate, take a few more prints, because I really like the abstract quality of how the prints look when you don't blend it properly. And that's really going to add and contribute to our fabulous texture on our prints. So I'm just using my same old Japanese calligraphy paper because I still have 2 packets of it. Which I just love so much because it works so well. Oh, beautiful background. That's going to be a fabulous print to put some texture on in the next layer. What about that really nice dark one that we started with? Let's put some of that on the plate. That is a fabulous color. I love it. Yay, glorious. Look at that. Yes, I'm feeling like we captured that. That was pretty easy, actually. I thought it would be a little bit harder, but it's not. Okay, so why don't we mess things up a little bit? I bought this recently. It's a blue-gray. So that would be really cool. I think that would work really nicely. We'll put some more of this on here. Maybe splash a little bit of white in amongst it. And see what we can do with that. Oh yeah, that blue-gray is really nice. Some of these door photos have got that color and it just looks beautiful, especially with that other one we just mixed. Yay. Oh yeah, now that's just fun. Look at those colors. That is beautiful. See, that blue-gray color is kind of similar to that down there. Look how beautiful those colors work together. So how about some bronze? And this is another new one I found just recently, iridescent graphite. Liquitex was having like a half price sale. I'm like, yes, yes, please. And some iridescent white, okay. Let's try some of that as well. So we've got these beautiful metallic colors and I'm just putting it on top of these other warm tones that I've just printed. And I'm going to pull a few of these prints. So it'll give us a nice variety of backgrounds so that we can have a little bit of an experiment and an explore with creating some more textured marks on top. And it's fun. Did I tell you that part? It's really, really fun. Now look at that coloring. I love the abstract quality of it. I just think that's beautiful. So we might have to make a few more of those because that is fabulous. So I had another idea with this particular photo that I'm really loving today. Is see how all the plaster is kind of chipped and peeled and coming off? That's kind of cool. So we could put some texture on the paper before we print on it. This is just a gesso primer. Basically just scratch it on and splat it. I know, it's very technical. You gotta just splat it like that. And look at that, you probably can't see it, but that'll just create a little bit of texture, like a little bit rocky and kind of like, you know, the plaster's fallen off the wall. I think that's a cool idea. I'm gonna do a couple of these sheets and then of course it will have to dry before you print on it, you know, just know. And being the patient person that I am, yeah. All right, so we'll do a couple of these, just a little bit, because it's fun. And we'll let those papers dry, and then we'll print on them. And we'll see if that comes through when we print on it. I reckon it's a cool idea. Yes, might as well try it, right? Haven't got much to lose. A little bit of gesso. Yay. So depending on where you are in Venice, the colours can vary incredibly. On the island of Burano, there's these absolutely fabulously coloured houses. They're just glorious. The tradition started when the fishermen were out to sea and the bad weather rolled in and they needed to find their homes on the shore. So they started painting the houses in beautiful bright colours. And it's just continued. Now, of course, it's an absolute tourist mecca, and yes, we went and had a fabulous time. I absolutely loved it. There was so much more to see on the island than I even expected. So all of those houses are glorious colours. Now on the island of Murano, the colours of the houses are more subdued. It's not that kind of novelty bright coloured effect. They're more like these colours, more in the muted tones and the pastels. They're absolutely beautiful as well. Now I think I took these photos in the main area of Venice. This photo here was taken on Murano, I think. And I think this one was taken in the main area of Venice, just down from St. Mark's Square, I think. Don't quote me. But anyway, so really what I'm saying is options are endless. You could go bright colours or muted tones or pastels or anything in between. And there's these glorious oranges and pale lemon colours. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. We can't get it wrong. And this is just your inspiration. So we're bouncing off these ideas, but you don't have to strictly stick to it. Now I mixed up more of this fabulous colour, which is this colour. I'm loving that today. And my plate's got a little bit of mess on it from previous printing, which is fabulous because it contributes to ultimately delays in our prints. How about we try this idea? These papers have dried. That's got a little bit of the gesso. Let's try printing that and see what it actually does. It might not do anything. It might just stick to my plate and just not come off. But hopefully it'll do something better than that. So I'm going to put some of this colour on the bottom here, and I might put something else textured at the top. Maybe some of the bronze and a little bit of unbleached titanium. All of these colours and tones are going to mix really well together. So don't worry about getting a mess on your gel plate because the colours are going to work. Loving the texture on that. Now, I don't really know how the gesso is going to print. It was a random idea. So if it doesn't work, oh man, we'll think of something else. That's really not a problem. I've had plenty of things not work. Righto, let's see what we've got. Ta-da, ta-da! Oh, there you go. So the gesso underneath has caused the paint to not stick on those places, and it creates that kind of texture. Look, there's my original inspiration. There's my print. Hello, that's not too bad. We could also add other things to this print. We could do another layer on that. That's definitely got potential. Now I'm really liking what's left on the ghost print, so I'm just going to print it on one of these solid colors backgrounds and just pick up that ghost print off the plate because I like the way it's so textured. And let's see how that looks. We can also add other elements to our prints. We might pull out some stencils. Oh, maybe some stamps. Oh yeah, we could throw some inks onto it. Have a look at that texture. That looks absolutely fabulous. I love that. Now, we could even jazz that up a bit. What about a little bit of gold mine? Let's have a bit of a bling of some gold on there just to give it a little bit of sparkle. Absolutely beautiful. That'll work so well in my collage. Now what about if we just add some of this beautiful gold mine onto my plate, like now after I pulled that glorious print. And we could add some gathered twig. I got some new sprays recently. I've been busting to use them. Let's try them on this glorious colored background and see what that does. Righto, what did that do? Did it pick up anything? Let's have a, oh, I am loving that. I am loving that texture. Oh yes, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a little bit of gold mine and it's got a little bit of the gathered twigs. But on top of that background color, which is this color here, that has just worked beautiful. Yes, I'm doing that again. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with what's on there. I'm just going to run a little bit more paint on. Otherwise, it'll stick to my plate if it doesn't have enough paint on it, and that would just be annoying. Now, I might put some of the iridescent white. Let's just add that into the mix. Just going to give it a little roll. Yes, it does have the ink on there still, and it does have some of that underneath color, and that's really fun. So I'm just going to add a little bit of these colors on there just to create a bit more of the texture, make sure my prints don't stick. Yes, we need a little bit more gold mine. And what else have I got? Maybe we'll do something dramatic. How about we put a little bit of the tea? Ooh, yes, that's gonna work. And I'm pulling out this background. Oh man, this is so much fun. Let's see how that looks. I'm not pressing too heavy because I just want to pick up the texture lightly on my print, because then I can always pull another one with the ghost print. Oh, loving it. Just loving it. Look how beautiful that looks. You can see the texture of the sprayings, a little bit of splodge of the gold, and the underneath breaking through with that other fresh layer of paint. Yes. Okay, so this time my background is the pale lemon. I know, I was being very brave. See, look, pale lemon on here. You can see. I've got photos to prove that there's houses of pale lemon in Venice. So this time I'm going to push a bit heavier so that I pick up more of that paint and ink off the plate, because it's got a beautiful light colored background, and that's just going to work really well. Oh yes, that is just fabulous. Have a look at the texture on that. We've got the underneath pale yellow coming through with this glorious color that we mixed, and then there's the sprays of the icings. There's a little bit of texture. Yes, that is working very well. That looks like one of the photos of my fabulous walls of Venice. I just love these colors and I love this texture. I'm going to leave all that paint on there. I'm loving it. What about we get a little bit more dramatic? Of course, you knew it was coming. Maybe we'll put out some gray. Maybe we'll put out some bronze. I'm thinking perhaps let's put on some stones. I know, right? Look at this. This is a stencil from PM Artist Studio. And I'm thinking, look, rocks. Let's add some rocks at the bottom of these beautiful textured walls. And that will be fun to see how that pulls. Loving that. Oh, maybe a little bit more. A little bit in bronze perhaps over here. Yes, you knew it was going to happen once I started. All right, well, I actually have to wait now for this to dry. Oh man, that's so cool. Before I pull it, once I stop plastering the paint on, I'll have to wait for it to dry. Oh yes, that is going to look fabulous. Right, now I have this plate back. It's all nice and dry. Let's see how we go pulling this print with some unbleached titanium. And what about if we get real dramatic and put it on one of these deep orangey colors? Yes, I don't know. I honestly don't know if this idea is going to work or not. But you know, we gotta try. That's half the fun of jelly printing. You just don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not so good. Righto. Let's have a try. If you learn anything today, I want to encourage you to experiment with color mixing and trying different colors on your gel plate. I mean, look at all this glorious, beautiful inspiration. If you do want to be inspired by these fabulous images from my glorious trip to Venice, then you can find these papers as Digital Collage Papers on Etsy. Yes, you too can travel with me to Venice. Ooh, so that didn't do very well at all. That didn't pull off what I was hoping. So let's go with another one, real quick sticks, and see if we can pull off that ghost print that's still left stuck on the gel plate. It's a little humid here today in New Zealand, and maybe I left it too long. Yeah, I'm thinking I shouldn't have wandered off, but I did. All right, let's see if we pulled any more off the gel plate with that. Oh, wow. Look at that texture on there. That looks beautiful. Now, our stones are starting to come off. They're not completely come off, but look at the marks on it. I'm loving that. Righto, let's pull that again. Because look, there's still stuff on the plate. Let's go again. Put some of the nickel ozo gold on the plate and pull this fabulous texture off with that. Look at that glorious color. I mean, yay. Love this color. We're really starting to look like some of these pictures now. I'm going to pull this one up with some glassine because that really grabs the plate and will get everything off. This has got some glorious colors in all of these textures. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Look at that. That's fabulous. Those stones are still there and they are creating the most amazing texture. So this time I'm going to put the nickel ozo gold and some fluid copper. Oh, because it's absolutely incredible how good it looks. Now, what are we going to print it on this time? I think I might try this background of my glorious colors. Let's see how much we got to pull up this time. Oh, it's a little stuck there on the plate. Not to worry, not to worry. Oh, look at these colors. They're just glorious. I am loving that. That looks fabulous. That's pulled up more of the stony pattern from the stencil and it looks glorious. See, the more layers now that you're putting on your gel plate and what you're pulling up just creates more of that textured mark, more of those old wall kinds of looking textures and marks, and it's just fabulous and so much fun. So I'm going to keep printing. I'm going to make some more because I have quite a few backgrounds to get through. I managed to make myself a stack of backgrounds and I'm just loving this so much. I love the way these textures are created and it's always so experimental. You never quite know what you're going to get until you pull that print up. So have a look at these ones as I continued my printing frenzy. Happy New Year! How exciting! The beginning of a new year. Oh man, I'm so excited. But first of all, I want to thank you for still being here watching this video this long into the process. I really appreciate you being part of my journey. Oh my gosh, what a year it has been. This is the first year that I've created Sunday in the Studio, so my weekly Sunday episode every week for this whole year. Oh, let's just stop and appreciate that huge accomplishment. And you're still here with me. Oh, I just love that so much. What I've loved about this beautiful Sunday in the Studio episode is I've learned so much. I've learned really how to make it, how to post it, how to put it on YouTube, how to film, how to edit, how to produce a weekly episode. It's pretty huge, right? I've made some mistakes, yes, done some bloopers, but also what I've realized is how much you love it, how much you love hanging out with me And that has been absolutely beautiful. I love your comments. I love the way you respond and the questions you ask, but also just the encouragement. I love it when you tell me I was in bed feeling unwell and your video made me so much happier. Like, hello, I love that. I am most passionate, besides making my own art, I am most passionate about giving you an experience to create art. So when you say, oh my gosh, your videos make me inspired and I go into my studio and I made this and I did that, or I just had a better day. Hello, you don't even have to make stuff. If I'm helping you have a better day, encouraging your life, because it can be challenging, I know, then, you know, I'm feeling really successful. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. And I just want to thank my beautiful patrons. That's been a new community, only a few months old, but I have all these beautiful patrons that have joined me. Now on my Patreon, it's behind the scenes, much more personal videos, my art travels, daily vlogs when I go traveling, and I upload all the stuff that I'm like, I really want to share with someone, but YouTube's kind of a bit big and a bit scary to be too personal. That's where you'll find those videos on Patreon. Also, digital products, things I want to share, uploads. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm loving it. And I love these beautiful people that have joined me in the past few months. So yay to you, my glorious patrons. I hope you get to see this because I really do appreciate you being in my world. It's incredibly encouraging to have others to play with, especially in my studio, right? I love it so much. And I've been an artist for 30 years, so I have so much to talk about and to share and to show you. And you know, some people glaze over when you start talking about your art. Have you ever experienced that? I have quite a lot. So having you to hang out with, and I want to show you this, and let's do that, and how about this? I absolutely love it. I think I found what I'm actually meant to be doing with my life. It's taken me 50 something years, won't tell you how many, but it's taken me a really long time to be me, to be really me, to allow myself to be me, and to find what it is I'm so passionate about and I just want to do entirely, which is going to be happening next year, but that's another story. Oh, the new year. It's even this year. It's not even next year. What are we doing this year? I'm pretty excited. We're doing 100 days of collage really soon. I'm thinking next week because I really want to start. I'm busting to start. 100 days of collage. I'm also going to do another trip overseas to Europe, this time with my daughter. It'll be an incredible experience for us both. And I'm really excited about that. That's going to be in April. So if you want to join me on that, you know where you'll find it. What else are we doing? Lots more videos, lots more techniques. I've got so many things yet I still want to show you because like I said, I've been an artist for quite some time and I've got things I really want to show you that I haven't got to yet because, you know, it's only been a year. If you are on my Skillshare, thank you so much. I have so loved doing the classes for Skillshare. I've just put up a new one, brand new. We did large scale jelly print collage on canvas and I loved it. I love this project. It's my 11th class on Skillshare. So if you are on Skillshare, yay, thank you so much for joining me this year. What I love about the Skillshare classes is I can get more detail because my classes are like 6 or 7 or 8 like lessons in the class. So it's step by step and you can kind of do more in an 8 lesson class than what you can do in a 1.5 hour video on YouTube. So there's just more on Skillshare. There's more in each particular topic or subject. And I have so many more classes that I want to do yet. Yay! We went big this time. Next time we're going small. We're going to do some little postcards. Anyway, that's going to happen. More regular classes on Skillshare. More fabulous Sundays in the studios. I thought about changing it, but I'm not going to. I'm keeping it at Sunday at 8 a.m. because I just like it. I like that everyone knows when it's going to drop. Maybe it's your Saturday night, and that's okay too. But with the 100 days of collage, it'll be, the new theme will be every Sunday, but there'll be videos through the week because last year I did one big hour-long video and it almost killed me because you're like, 100 collages is like 14 weeks. That's a mini series. So this year, I'm going to be doing more bite-sized, but you'll get lots more videos through the week. So, make sure you subscribe if you want to be watching those, because besides the Sunday, there'll be other days when my videos will pop up. So that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to that. So 100 days of collage, new trip to Europe, moving, changing life, expanding, doing more YouTube. That's what's in store for me this year. What's in store for you? How exciting. I love a new year. So let me know what's in store for you. I would love to know. Make sure you're joining my Facebook group, Creative Adventures Making Art. You do have to answer to admin questions because I need to know that you're a real human. So you can hang out with us there. It's a great group. There's so much interaction and creativity and encouragement. If you haven't known me for very long, I'm very positive. I know I'm very loud. I'm very lavish in my application, but I'm very encouraging. I am all about encouraging you to create your art, to enjoy your art, to live your best life, because if you're creating your expression, it doesn't even matter what it is, and you're looking at it and you're saying, hey, this is okay. You're affirming to yourself that I'm okay. So truly, it makes the most incredible impact in your life when you're creating your own art and you're surrounded by other people encouraging you. You can always learn skills and techniques, but that's not the point. The point is your creative expression that you're proud of and that validates who you are as a person. It always comes back to identity. I've got an absolute tangent for identity. I know, it's huge, but I learned and I know how impacting it is. Okay, so Happy New Year. I'm so excited for the new year. I'd love to know what you're doing this year. And I hope you're joining me on Facebook or on Patreon or in Skillshare, or stick around with me here on YouTube. And yay, can't wait to see what this year brings. Yippee!